do you need improvement when it comes to stress? Don't we all? This is such a crazy busy time of year. So here to help you relax naturally, naturopathic physicians Dr. Jared Skowron and Dr. Lisa Loughlin. Good morning to both of you.
Hey, Caroline. Thanks for having us.
So we're all stressed, right? There are a million things that are stressing us out.
Sure. I mean, we're all stressed, and some of us have acute stress. It's rush hour, and you're driving on the highway, and that's acute stress. But most of us are.
So that means like a little surge as opposed to constant?
Exactly. And that's actually adrenaline that boosts in your body. But most of us are under chronic stress, whether it be our jobs, whether it be our families, or the upcoming holidays. And that kind of stress actually builds up and affects us both emotionally and physically.
And I was going to say, delve into that a little bit more. What kinds of things do you see sort of, once that manifests, what do you see us doing as a result?
Sure. I mean, the first thing that most people see are different emotional changes. So you get angry, you get a quick temper, you start to get anxious, and then that starts to affect you physically. A lot of people will have sleep problems, but eventually it affects your metabolism. Your thyroid levels get off, and a lot of people who are under chronic stress tend to get a lot of stomach fat buildup. So it affects you on both levels, and so what most people need to do is get their stress hormones tested so they can see how stressed they are.
Ooh, that is a nasty little thing, stress, isn't it? The things it does to us just wreaks havoc. So talk about this test a little bit more. What does that involve?
Well, everybody should get their stress hormone levels tested to see if their stress hormone is either getting higher or getting lower. And a lot of people who are under chronic stress, first they get high and then they get depleted. So it's a simple blood test. Insurance will pay for it. And depending on which level you've gone, if you're too high or too low, there's different therapies to help you get better.
Let's talk about some therapies. We're going to get to a really interesting treatment in just a second, but there are other natural remedies that you can do for stress. It doesn't involve necessarily popping pills or whatever.
Yeah, and Dr. Loughlin brought some of the natural remedies here to show.
Great.
Yes, so these are examples of natural supplements and herbs that we use to help the body better cope with stress on a day-to-day basis and long-term. And it's really good to get your stress hormones tested because it really depends on if you need to be brought down because you're chronically or highly stressed on a day-to-day. If you're chronically stressed, you need to be brought back up. So it varies depending on the test and the hormone
And what
levels.
is this, for example, this one?
So these are different herbal remedies that
Are there some herbs that are good for stress?
Yep, these herbs can help support your adrenal glands, which produce your stress hormones, and help your body to better react to stress. So you're not constantly in a nervous or anxiety state.
Nice, nice. And how would you get these? Are these something you'd find in like a health food store, or do you have to get?
No, these are available over the counter, or different natural physicians can recommend different herbs for you. And there are vitamins that help you if you're acutely stressed and you're anxious and you can't sleep. And then there's different herbs and treatments if you're chronically stressed and you're more exhausted, and even people need to take naps on their way home from work. They're so exhausted and so stressed.
Well, and we see huge problems of people falling asleep on the road. So it's a good idea to do those naps or try something like this. How about, it's called Cranio-Sacral treatments. What is that?
Yes, so cranio-sacral therapy is a manipulation of our connective tissue. And our connective tissue is the glue that holds our body parts together. And over time with chronic stress, we build up tension, which causes pain in our muscles and joints. And cranio-sacral therapy is a very light manipulation of the, like I said, the connective tissue to allow for increased circulation and movement, and people can better handle the stress physically.
Is it sort of like a massage, literally, where you're doing it in a certain way on certain areas that give this result?
Yes, it's a hands-on. It's a little bit lighter than massage, and it just works. It helps work out any restrictions or anything in the body. People feel a better sense of well-being and relaxation and handle the day-to-day stress better.
Who doesn't feel better after a massage, right, Stephen? You had me at massage. Yeah. All right, if people want more information, where would they go to get this?
Well, our website, naturopathicanswer.com, is a great place to start.
Great, good. Thanks to both of you for coming. I feel more relaxed already.
Happy Halloween.
You too. You as well.
Happy Halloween.
Well, this weather not helping some parents' stress levels. Trick-or-treating costume, but wet and rainy weather for Halloween. But again, we're not complaining. Look at the last couple of years.
Yeah, just a couple of showers around. Now, as we go into the month of November and December, we could use some connective tissue massage here in the weather office because the team of 5 here, we get pretty stressed.